strengths did you get that made you who you are now that you couldn't have gotten any other way? Like, this really served you despite the way you might feel about it. It was really important for you to experience that and to have that part of yourself, and it contributes to you, and it makes you able to contribute more to the world also. So that's the second part, is exploring the gifts from your shadow. And then the third part is we look at, okay, so you've got these various pieces of your light, these qualities that are part of who you are in an essential way that comes out when you're doing things you love or when you're really happy. And you've also got these gifts from your shadow, these strengths and talents and capacities that you only could develop through the experiences and suffering you've had. What's it all for? What's it all in service of? And that is the third part of the inquiry is really an exploration of, why are you here? What are those capacities, that light, how you developed and shaped yourself to serve? What is it that you uniquely are designed to do? And I certainly don't have the answer to that. It's something we uncover in the conversation. So that's the whole conversation. And then what we do after we've had this whole conversation is we look back through what you've said, either through my notes or through a recording, and we find there's certain words that repeat, certain concepts that repeat throughout. They either repeat in the light section, like I'll give you an example, like the word connection might come up in various forms, like connecting or connected, or just whatever way it looks. And then in the shadow part, it might come out as the opposite of that, disconnected, isolated, alone, whatever. But those concepts that come out in the conversation, those are what I call your power words. They are essential qualities of your light. And when you're lit up, you're fully present to them. They are what your experience of life is, and they're also what's available to people around you. And then when you're in the dark places, times you felt totally stuck, or when you're depressed or whatever, or anything like that, that's when those things are notably absent. What you're aware of is their opposite. So those power words are the essence of who you are when you're in your light. That they're what you're about at heart, and they're what there is for you to develop more of and to bring out more into the world. Like that's who you are. That's your light. And so what I do then is we then talk about images that remind you of these qualities, the power words. And they're images, they might come from your dreams, they might be from memories from a long time ago, they might be symbolic things, maybe something you read in a story or heard in a song. They're all different kinds of things for different people. And we get these visual images in mind, a whole bunch of different visual images, because visual images, as we said before, we're visual people. Our brains are designed to, I think it's like 70% of our brain is designed to process visual images, like a big part of our brain is designed to do that. And also visual images affect us very powerfully. Their images are the language of the unconscious, for one thing. When you're asleep, you're dreaming in images. And when you're awake, images speak to us on a gut level, a really visceral level, which is why advertisers rely a lot on them, along with a few power words. So if you put together a visual reminder of a bunch of images basically that are designed together to remind you of your essence, of these qualities of your light, and they're from your own personal symbolism, your own stories and dreams and images that come from your life and things that you've read about. It's a really powerful way to keep that in front of you so you can live into it more and more. Having a visual reminder of who you are on that level, I call it sometimes a magic mirror. Because you notice when you look in a regular mirror, what you tend to do is you say, oh, I'm getting wrinkles, or oh, I look fat, or like, God, I look tired. Or we just say all this negative stuff about ourselves when we look in a mirror. If you watch anybody look in a mirror, it's really interesting. That's all they're doing is trying to make themselves look better. And what the possibility portraits I do are a magic mirror, because they show, instead of like what's wrong with you, they show who you are when you're lit up. And we need that reminder. We really do, because the dragon is so loud and so noisy, and all the advertising messages around us are just magnifying that voice, all the things that are wrong with you and why you need to buy this and that other thing to help you, overcome those terrible deficiencies of yours. it really is very useful to have some reminder of, like, you're already a magnificent being, and there's things about you that you want to bring out more. Like, this is who you are when you're just expressed and lit up. And what there is to do is to remind yourself of that and to practice it. It's something you can practice. And the simple way to practice it is to have the visual reminder, the portrait or the collage, whatever you make, and just look at it and say, what can I do today? What can I do in this moment to experience that? And the visual reminder is they're so powerful for people because it comes from